Hello, everyone. This is BizChicksTV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday, so it's time for coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations with the Biz Chicks. I'm here with my partner and friend, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. So, welcome to the conversation today. We hope you'll sit back, relax, get your favorite beverage, and let's hydrate. I'm drinking my filtered water today, and I hope that you'll enjoy whatever it is that you have decided to sip on this morning. So, with that, let's get this party started. We are going to be talking about, have you reassessed or assessed where you are with your goals that you set for 2023? So, Fran, what's up?
Yeah. So looking at, we, many of us did our goal challenges in December. Um,
Mhm.
we did it in December. We did it in January, perhaps. And are you still sticking with those? Have you looked at them? Have you seen them since you wrote them down?
Mhm.
A part of the attainment of the goal is to look at it often. I Most of the people that I follow say they're supposed to see them every day,
Mhm.
you know, to keep them in the forefront of whatever it is that you wanted, the thing that you wanted to do. And Mark talks to us all the time about knowing what you don't want so that you know what
Mm.
you do want. But then
Mhm.
after you are looking at them, are you still on point with it is that you said that you wanted or that you decided that you wanted to do? And this is just a check-in because it's
Mhm.
February 20th. Oh, President's Day, I think it is,
Yes, it is.
but it's a check-in. So
Mhm.
are because the day to day of your business can kind of cloud some things, especially if you made some adjustments and said you wanted to do a different thing or you wanted to do something differently. And then when you started doing it, that whole rubber band mentality kicks in, and then you find yourself doing a thing that you were doing all the time, and you're back in the rut. So we're
Mhm.
asking you today, are you still in the rut? Have you changed the rut? Are you out of the rut? Or have you made some progress with at least one of the goals that you set for 2023? You may not be able to push all of them, but you can do one of them. Start with one thing.
Mm.
Goal check in for 2022. I know Carlos said that he had some things that he was working on for 2022,
Mhm.
and all are moving forward one step at a time. Okay, we're going to probably have Carlos come in there and talk to us about that if you are available, Carlos. How do you have 15 goals and they're moving forward? You said one step at a time, but
Mhm.
there's got to be a
A team. Maybe he has a team that
correct.
is helping him.
And then Mark has a comment too. He says, let's not use the dictates of a calendar to impede and sabotage possibility. Your new year can start at any time, like today. Release the shame. Don't beat yourself up. Start over. Yeah.
Mm. I like that.
And Carlos said he knows his goal backwards.
He knows he starts with the end in mind
Hmm.
and moves backward from there.
Right.
Know the goal and work backwards.
Right. So if you know what the outcome is that you're looking for, then you start with that outcome and you work your action plan backwards. What do I need to do to make this happen? And okay, I now need to do this. So it's kind of like our action plan that we have, Terry. I think I still
Mhm.
have one. Yeah, I got one right here. And if you guys want one of these, you need to DM us or something. But anyway, here's our
Action board.
Action plan. My
Yes.
action plan. You start here with the end in mind. What is the end result? And then what are the little steps along the way that you're going to actually have to start over there?
Get there.
And this is meant to take, you can use this with post-it notes to put along the little journey to figure out, because sometimes we just need to see it up on a board. So this is my action plan.
And well, let me go to Mark first, and I come to Carlos. Mark says, "Yes, I have a big picture idea or vision, and back into the steps to achieve the incremental goals that will get you there."
Right.
Um,
So what's the big picture?
mhm. And then Carlos says, "I have a small window of time to chat if you want me on camera."
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, we do. So stand by. Um,
Then
let's see. I need to do this. Copy. And then where do I want to go? Over here to this side. And by Carlos, you should see this in Messenger. To see if Facebook gonna do act like what they're supposed to.
I'm sure they're going to help us achieve our 2023 goal of getting Carlos on camera. Oh my goodness. It is such a pleasure talking with Carlos and Mark. They both have such profound skills, and I just love when Mark puts comments in because they're so well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for a life strategist, you would want to contact Mr. Mark Ward, connect with him, and get the support that you need to make things happen in your life.
Okay,
Oh,
Carlos, I'm gonna do this
you're
the
welcome.
other way, and you just gonna have to grab this from the chat because I tried going
Yeah. And it's
inside Facebook and that wasn't happening.
okay. So if
So
you put that in your browser, it should take you to the studio and you can come on in.
right, you just copy the yeah.
Mhm.
Especially if you're on a Mac, you should be able to uh,
Make that
copy
happen
and
for
paste that.
you.
Okay, because I was like, you know what? I tried going
There's
through
too
the
many,
list,
yeah, too many steps over there on Facebook. But
and I'm like,
was it cooperating?
no, it was not. I was like, okay, I use you guys all the time, and then when I try to log in here, it wants me to,
Oh, do some other steps.
yeah. And I was like, you
Yes.
know what? It is not that serious.
Well, while we're doing that, I want to know what Mark thinks about goal setting. I like the fact that both of them start with the end in mind. And this is a very creative way to do things. This is the way um, my understanding of how the world was created. It began with the end in mind.
Right.
And everything was set in place before everything got started. Now here we have Mr. Carlos. So that
Yay.
in this position, Carlos,
So talk to us. How
about
how are you working the?
achieving goals. How you work?
All right, so to be really quick,
Mhm,
I've always wanted to start a media empire.
mhm,
So,
Notice he
uh,
said empire.
mhm.
oh yeah,
Not
this goal is not something where me, myself, and I can do it. There's just no possibility. Imagine trying to create NBC as a solo person. That's not going to happen. So, it's a plan that I've been devising for close to 10 years, and now, beginning of this year is when I decided to take off the gloves and move forward. And you basically, a lot of things that I preach when I go live is the circles. And the circles are your inner circle and your outer circle. The inner circle being gathering your resources, the people who are going to be you don't want to have people close to you that are going to be your yes men, because that's a waste of time. If they say yes to everything, then they're not helping you innovate. So you want to have people who are well connected, who might know code, that may have the ability to help your idea move along. So they become your resource, your asset. But at the same time, you have to learn how to become an asset to them. So it can't be a one-way conversation of, I'm going to use you and I'm going to gain everything and you have nothing to gain. They want to be able to gain something as well. I mean, we're all human. We all want to be able to move forward and succeed. So that's now. I started Live Streaming Master, where I sell all the hardware, software, servers, whatever you need to create live streaming or even television productions. And I'm an authorized dealer of everything. So it's not like I'm not an affiliate guy. No, I'm an actual seller of high-end, from Panasonic, Canon, top brands of all the type of live streaming technology there is, which is great. So the goal, media empire, the steps is, okay, how do you get there? And you can't use previously done things because those type of empires were built back in the old days. So the world is digital now, and it's a great resource to understand the digital world.
Yeah.
To then say, okay, well, now how do I gain leverage on the digital world? So what I'm announcing today is like the first official announcement is I will be launching a podcasting hosting company with a pathway for the podcasters to then do video podcasting, which then becomes a pathway to become a podcast on smart televisions.
Oh, okay.
Where podcasts, so smart networks, people who create podcasting networks who have multiple shows, who organize, who understand the possibilities and the future growth of what podcasts can be or what media can be for them. Like, here we are creating content. Well, after a number of years, you have hundreds of pieces of content. And if you are now part of a network with, where you joined a team of other podcasters and you created a network, well, then how do you scale? How do you monetize? So I want to create that pathway. Podcasts have existed a long time now for audio.
Yeah.
And YouTube has become like the podcast for video type of thing, but it's its own little animal. Well, even from YouTube, you technically don't own anything. Like, you're still kind of throwing some of the ownership to YouTube, and they control everything. This pathway allows them to grow, control, and monetize from audio all the way to video, and be on television side by side with your Netflixes and all that stuff. If you've built your brand correctly, and if you've gotten a decent amount of following, give them the easiest way to enjoy your content. And that's what I plan on providing. So it's taken a long time because it's a lot of technology. Everything's been modified so that I will have the ability to launch an OTT technology that is more advanced than what Netflix has offered, more advanced what Amazon has offered, and with core people who have basically invented some of the codec, meaning the streaming codec for video that all the platforms are using. Well, these guys invented it, and now we've teamed up together, and I'll be offering it under my business from audio hosting and up. And if you take your phone app and hook it up to your car, it'll say, oh, no more video. I'm going to turn it into an audio podcast automatically, and so on. So I'll be offering more of this information later.
Yay.
But, that's the pathway. It does take a lot of planning. It does take a lot of people and a lot of resources that are way more intelligent than I. But looking at the market, nobody's done what we've, are accomplishing in the way that we're doing it. Now, I'm sure once they realize, why didn't we think of that? There'll be competition, but whatever. Let's play.
This is good.
Congratulations, Carlos.
Oh, thank you. Well, I don't celebrate until I'm done. But in order to be done, you have to start announcing. So I started my own podcast. We just launched a second episode a few days ago. Creating the pathway by leading it, by being part of it, and being involved in it. And the show is called Garage. Garage is about all the Fortune 500 companies and the way that they started in the garage, and then have gone through whatever trials and tribulations they had to go through, and become the corporations that they are now, which is billion, trillion-dollar companies. Apple started in the garage, HP started in the garage, Amazon started in the garage, and here we are using their products and services like crazy. So people start in their versions of a garage. And so I'm sharing stories of very successful people who started at the bottom. Sometimes they started in the street, and now here they are producing content or becoming successful directors and producers, executive producers, and whatever. I started with the creative world just because I want to gain the interest of the public, and I'll be going into all sorts of businesses and all that type of stuff. So that's what that's about, and that's it.
Yay!
We are excited for you.
I love the concept of garage. So now that podcast is already out, so we can follow you on that.
So I have not released the audio podcast because
Okay.
we'll be hosting our own podcasting.
Okay.
So when I launch the podcast services, which should be very soon, it'll be on there, but it's on YouTube right now under podcast. It's at Garage Netcast. No, yes.
I'm gonna go find it, and we're gonna put you. Yeah. So, okay. Here's the thing: you just need to follow Carlos Phoenix, and
It's all there. It's all on my timeline.
It's there. Find him, Carlos Phoenix. Thank you, Carlos. This is outstanding. Just seeing somebody go and do it. And you said empire, not I'm going to start my company. Oh, yeah. No, he said empire, and it's an undertaking. That's a jump off a cliff, not off a diving board. That's jumping off the cliff and saying, okay, let's do it.
But that's where the circles really come in.
Yeah.
So, I worked in Hollywood. I didn't work in Hollywood. I worked in New York, but I worked in the entertainment industry. And over time have created great relationships, and now is an opportunity to use those relationships for their gain, for my gain. They know what I'm capable of. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen some of the stuff that I've been able to do, but a lot of it has been like down low, and it's now that things are moving forward, it's time to kind of start giving hints and showing that there's a future possibility. This is what the future of content looks like. I've talked about the future of content for a long time, but talking about it is different than creating it. And so this is the fun part.
I like that, the future of content. Mark has a comment here. Let's see what he says. He says, the question that should always be addressed is, why am I? I don't know what I'm doing, or why I don't what I am doing. Often the reason that we are feeling stressed and overwhelmed is that our life is filled with ineffective habits and unnecessary actions, which with no intended end in sight. Yes, you may be busy, but what are you busy about?
I have to also throw in, this is something where I know it has 1,000% possibility of failure.
Right.
But here's the thing about life at a certain age, or whatever you want to call it. One thing that I'm learning from all these guys, just listening to their stories, and that's part of the reason I'm doing it, is who cares? We are all literally going to die. We're going to die. Whether you have a million bills or no bills at all, we're all going to die. That's the one thing that we're unified in. I mean, outside of the fact that we're born with arms and legs and what have you. If you're going to die anyway, what do you really have to lose? Why do we allow, and there's another kind of podcast that I do here in the studio, where we have these conversations live once a week with a couple of my buddies here who are coaches. And we talk about life, just basic life, but how do we change the frame that we think life is? Because we always think that the past controls our future because we get so caught up in it. Is the past literally doesn't exist. It's gone. It's disappeared. It literally has no existence. The future has no existence. It's just in our imaginations. Our brains are so tied up in all the concerns of what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Or what have I done? That if you just stop for a second and just observe the possibility that you can actually create what's next, then just go for it.
What's
Because
next?
I mean, what can I mean? The worst that can happen is that we die a little bit early. So what? You're gonna die anyway. I mean, I know there's fear and all that type of stuff on that, but the pleasure of life is when you understand that you can actually be in the driver's seat, in the in the driver's seat. I'm holding the phone in my hand twice.
It's okay.
You can be in the driver's seat and you can basically just drive. And yeah, the road is going to be this and that, and there's going to be blockages, and there's going to be traffic, and the whole 9 yards. The point is, as long as you're driving, you can enjoy it. Look out the window, look at the back, side mirrors, rearview mirror. Just enjoy what's going on around you, and then see how much of that you can control of your own, and then
Right.
get to the goal that you're trying to reach.
Oh,
So
so
that's all the time I have.
thank you, Carlos. Just drive. Just drive.
Take the driver's
Get in there. Follow Carlos Phoenix, and get in on his next project, the garage. And hey, you might have something to say in the garage. So connect with Carlos.
All right,
also
guys.
be ready
Thank
for
you,
his video
Carlos.
podcast.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Looking forward to it. We need to check that out. I like
And
the fact that, just do it anyway. Hey, let's go.
take the wheel.
Yeah, let's just go. And Mark was saying, why am I doing what I'm doing?
He was clarifying that sentence.
Right. So, Mark, if you want to jump in, the link is in there too. Why are you doing what you're doing? And like Carlos said, a lot of time we get caught up on, well, what I used to do and how I used to do it and blah, 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 blah. Let's just go. Let's just go. I mean, what we learned something last, was it last Saturday, about being on boards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And well, how come I never gone to, what is that all about? Why would I be on a board? Or why would I take a step outside of what is known to me?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? Let me just go down this road and see what happens over here. I could get over there and I could
Getting
go over there and enjoy what I find, or, oh, no, that's not for me, but I'm glad I went and took a look. And a lot of times we don't go and take a look. We see something like, oh, I wonder what that is. Well, I don't know. And you never go and be curious to go look and see if that's something that you may want to explore deeper and maybe have an answer to what it is that you were looking for something that you're working on. But we never just like, let me see what that's all about, and walk over there. Mark said, what is interesting is when you dig deeper under the surface, the fear for most is not death or failure, it's success. What if that which I have always wanted turns out to be less than what I thought? Then my whole life will have been a lie. Therefore, I will keep myself from fully succeeding rather than being wrong and disappointed. I can keep my dreams without ever finding out whether they would have been fulfilling. And Mark is telling us, don't do that. Let's just jump. Carlos said, just drive. Let's just get in the car and go.
Well, the interesting thing about when you're behind the wheel, you can decide the destination.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a passenger, you go wherever the driver is taking you.
Carlos says, agreed. Expectation is part of the enemy.
Mm.
It's time for us to get out there and do some things. It's 2023. Okay, most of us, Terry and I have been doing this since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 10 years. Okay, so we can continue down this same trajectory, or we can find out what is out there on the road. Mm-hmm. Let's just get on the road. Let's just take this for a spin. Carlos decided, I'm going to do an empire. Okay.
I love that. I love that language. Mm-hmm. Because an empire includes everything in the kingdom.
Exactly. And you bring other people with you. You cannot build an empire by yourself. Quiet as it's kept, you can't build a company by yourself. I dare said that. I dare said it. Yes, you cannot build a empire, company, or anything of magnitude by yourself. I know they keep trying to tell us solopreneurs and whatever for all of that. You need a community. You need a cheerleader. You need a coach. You need people who know how to do stuff. You need people who know how to program and code. And it's good to see that Carlos has jumped out there.
We just want you to know that we are here every Monday with a great topic, and we want you to check your goals for 2023. Carlos says, exactly. Audio, video, publications, channels, movies, series, music equals empire.
Yes.
I love it.
We have got to get it. The sun is shining. And like Mark said, today is your new year. February 20th. This is your new year. Let's go. There's no need to hold back. Let's take a step outside. Put a coat on if you think it's cold. Let's just go. It's time to make moves, and not not the moves that we've been hearing from the gurus and stuff. It's time to make some moves, some bold moves. Let's go. Let's do this. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle as much as we can help you. But we got people like Mark. We got people like Dr. Tachi. We got TJ. We've got Carlos, Phoenix. We got a lot of people in this community that you can reach out to and get some help. It's what is that? I'm thinking of the X Factor. Is out there. The answers are out there. You can get the answers that you need to get what you need to have done. And we're here to help you on your journey to your greatness, whatever that looks like for you. Let us help you do that. So you can become a part of the BizChicks community. You can just text biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net. We just want to help you. And Mark has another comment. He says, one of the biggest challenges that we so easily forget who we are. Shake things up today. Take a different route. Get lost. I love it. Go to a different place for lunch. Order something you have never ordered. Speak to someone that you would not ordinarily, with whom you would not ordinarily engage. Awaken your spirit by breaking the norm. Break the norm. Ooh, that could be Mark's podcast. Okay, Mark, break the norm.
That's a good name, Mark.
Get out there and do it. Now, Carlos has challenged us. Mark has seconded that challenge, and we're saying to you, we're here to help you. Let's just do it. 2023 is not going to happen ever again. Let's just do some stuff differently. All right. Let's just get out there. BizChicks.net. Become a part of the community. Join by texting biz to 33777. And tomorrow, TJ is going to be talking to us with some strategic things on social media marketing and all of the stuff that's happening with Chat GPT and a bunch of other things that are going on in the social media space. So you want to tune in for that tomorrow. Wednesday, Coach Karen is talking to us about money mindsets. And then Thursday, Robin is helping us with our happy, healthy habits. And then Friday, we're back here for tech. So we've got something for you every day. We thank you for taking the time to show up today and participate with us. Appreciate all that you do and all that you are. And we're looking forward to a bright new horizon. So looking forward to talking to you real soon. Thank you, everybody.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. And remember, it's okay to make money in your business. So go to the front of your own line. Bye-bye.